Good morning, RWT family. My name is Emir Blackbane Costello, and I'm coming to you for the final time to announce an RWT award and its nominees. This is the last award that's being announced. And after everybody has a chance to vote on this over the course of the next 24 hours, then I will take the next couple of weeks to get the show put together, and the show will come out January 1st, 2019. And don't forget, if you end up being somebody that wins an award, there will be actual awards that are made and customized to the person that won. And I will be mailing those awards out. So if you end up winning, I will contact you personally and ask you if you want an award. And of course, if you do get an award, you have to be willing to obviously give me your address so I can mail it to you. And if that's too much for you, then I guess we can agree that you don't want the award. At least not the actual physical one, which is fine. But let's get to it. This award is for Podcast of the Year, which is, in my mind, the most prestigious RWT award that there is. I think that people work all year long to make, like podcasts. If you don't podcast, you don't realize just how much goes into podcasting. It's a tremendous amount of coming up with material every time there's a show. Sorry, I'm blocking somebody's driveway and they're getting ready to come out. So of course, in the middle of this live video, I have to move my car. You know me, always in traffic. But podcasting requires a tremendous amount of effort and time. And if you don't do podcasts, you don't realize how much goes into fine-tuning the equipment, making logos, coming up with show concepts, editing everything together, and then getting the time that it takes to upload these shows, sometimes to the tune of literally no views. But I guess if you do podcasting, you have to do it because you love it, not because you think that, 3,000 people are going to view your show. In my mind, if nobody views a show that I've done, I really don't give a shit. I still had fun doing it. But on the other side, if 20 people view it, I go, good, look at that. People consume the content. But I do have a tremendous amount of respect for anybody who does podcasting because I know all what goes into it. And with that being said, the nominees for Podcast of the Year are as follows. The Future Is Now, a podcast about 205 Live and NXT that is hosted by Mike Larkin. War on Raw, a podcast about just current events in WWE, and that's hosted by Emir Blackbane Costello. Smart Mark Radio, a podcast about all things wrestling, and that is hosted by Moses Marquez. RWT UK, which is a podcast all about NXT UK, hosted by Mike Ibiza. The Wrestling Nerd Chick Podcast, another podcast that's about all things wrestling, but from the female perspective, and that's hosted by Moni Lynn. Max Podcast, a podcast that's about all things wrestling, and that's hosted by Dazzy Leah, Mike Larkin, and some new young cat they got over there, perhaps up and coming, by the name of Dave Gillum. I heard the show recently. Dave Gillum is a fucking asshole. Fuck you, Dave Gillum. And then finally, the Ruthless Aggression Era podcast, hosted by Dave Burnham. Surprise. No matter what anybody thinks about the nominees, honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I think that I nominated these shows because people work really hard on them, put a lot of time into them, and every nominee deserves to be recognized for the work that they do. However, I just want to know, who do you guys think? Who's the best? What's the best show? Cover to cover. Vote. The link is at the top, as usual. This is the final award for the year. And then January 1st, 2019, when the show comes out, hopefully everybody enjoys it, or at least some people enjoy it. I know some people won't. I know there'll be people who will complain. I don't give a shit about those people. They can all kiss my black ass. All right? Have a great day.